In this video, we'll show you if you want to bring up the skirt part of the jumper or down. So if, let's say, your daughter grew and you want to drop down the jumper to accommodate, or the same thing if it's too low on her waist and you want to bring it up. Some people do it by the top and make it smaller. We don't recommend that because then the head area, the head getting in, gets a little bit tighter, gets a little bit smaller. Yes, you can give it a little bit pinch. Doesn't always look that pretty when you pinch it on top. So the best way to do it is do it by the waist up and down. And we'll show you in the back how we do it because that's the more difficult. The front is very easy. So basically, before you start, this is from the last video how we showed you how to make it wider. And we'll use white thread over here just to show you. You could just take the jumper top and simply pull it strong and give it a rip. And just like that, it comes off. And the same idea is if you ever want to switch it from a jumper into a skirt, style J188, you could simply pull off the top, front and back, and you have a skirt, button, zipper, half elastic back. But for this video, we'll show you how to sew it back on. And like I said, we'll be using white thread just for the video purposes. Like this, you can see what I'm doing and follow along. So for instance, we will determine that we want to go a little bit higher up, so the jumper should come up, or let's go downward a little bit, and this will come out, not a problem. You could just steam it, press it, no big deal. So you pull it, you start sewing from a little bit before. Now the main idea is to keep the needle down. Okay, so then you can let go your hand and the elastic will not pop. So for instance, you put it over here and we'll do about an inch on this side, and you could do the front and back to make it the same amount, or sometimes just one side will be sufficient. Now when you're coming over here, you go back and forth. That we call that tacking, so that should give the extra strength. So you're going back and forth, dropping the needle in. Make sure to straighten it, and then you could pull it because the needle is what's holding it in place. Then with your hand you could continue, and again needle down so you can let go and continue. Make sure you're going straight. Same thing on this side, you tack it back and forth. And you just continue around. If you did the front, the same idea, you would just rip it. Okay, and you would just continue the same way around. So you put it back the same spot, just to show you where we were. And this is easy because over here you don't have to, you just go back and forth. And over here you don't have to worry about the needle. You're just continuing straight. Only in the back you have to worry about the needle. In the front it's a lot easier. You would just take out the excess thread. And there you have it. So if you needed extra length to the jumper, you just drop it down and you can continue using it. Every jumper does have plenty in the inside that you could lower it, and the same thing, you could raise it. And like I said, you could just rip it off completely, and when you're going from 3rd grade to 4th grade and you don't have to wear a jumper anymore, you could just continue wearing a skirt. Hope this video helps.